Hello everyone, this is James. Welcome back to my stock channel. We have an update on Bitmining Ltd. We're going to do a quick little review about Bitcoin mining, BTCM. There are many companies that make these Bitcoin computers. They're specialty computers. You basically get them in the mail, you plug them in, attach them to your Wi-Fi network, and your little Bitcoin computer makes Bitcoin all month long. It's a wonderful thing, in theory. Um, the power to run one of these little boxes when you plug them in, just for an example, $10 a month. It's kind of expensive for your electric bill. Um, when Bitcoin hit its all-time high, this company was able to plug one of the users were able to plug these boxes in and make $11 or $12 worth of Bitcoin in 1 month. So you just plug it in and you make $2 a month. And what they were trying to do is plug as many of them in as they could and make as much money as they could and try to find cheaper sources of power. Um, they were unable to find cheaper sources of power for the most part, and Bitcoin went from $60,000 to um, what's it today? 20, 25, 20, somewhere around there. So it one-thirded itself. So now, because of inflation, your power bill is no longer $10. It's like $14. And you're only able to mine uh, one-third of the Bitcoin every month because it's valued at one-third of what it was before. So instead of being able to get $12 of the Bitcoin every month, you're only able to get 4, and the power costs you 14. So now it's royally stupid to plug one of these boxes in. It makes no sense whatsoever. You just lose money every month. The more you plug in, the more you lose. So, as a manufacturer of Bitcoin products, this is their 5-year chart. This is a big company. It started out with a big hoopla. A 1-year chart probably is the most telling. Goes from $30 down to $2 and change. You see this big spike right here? Right in 2021, early 2021, Bitcoin hit its all-time high. And that's when the boxes were first worth using. Um, their sales were already falling. Maybe Bitcoin was looking optimistic here. People were starting to realize, I keep buying this box, and you know what, I'm losing money. I just better unplug it. And this place, they just keep selling their boxes. And then all of a sudden it becomes worth it to plug a box in. And then all of a sudden quickly it's not worth it to plug a box in. And then people think it's maybe going to be okay. And then no, it's not okay. So you just watch the whole trend roll right through. That's the story of Bitcoin mining. There are people out there trying water wheels, solar panels, any windmills, whatever you got. They're throwing it at it. All this stuff costs capital. It has overhead, monthly payment, land needed. Um, all in the chase of I guess what's now $4 a month per computer in Bitcoin mining with these current prices. It's not a very good offering to the miner themselves, so they're just choosing not to do it. So anyhow, that's the story. This is what the funny balance sheet, the income statement looks like. They went from the investment stage, no revenue, then all of a sudden, hello, 2021, $1.3 billion. They threw up a $60 plus million loss for the year, which might not have been that bad as long as they were doing something good with the money. If you scroll down to their balance sheet, you'll see they did do something a little bit good with some money. They went from 72 million in assets to 296 million in assets. So they improved like $200 million in assets. I think they bought more boxes. I'm like, okay, we're going to get some more of these computers here. Keep selling them. That's going to be our big plan for 2021. They also rang up a little bit of debt in 2021. So, did they make money in 2021? I'd say yeah. I'd say they out of this 1.33 billion, take off this negative 60 million, and then we got the 200 million in reinvestment into the company. They might have made 140 million this year at that current situation that they were at with $60,000 Bitcoin and their computers. But you roll on to 2021, and now it's not worth it. Revenue chopped in half, 650 million that year. And if you look at what's going on now, all year long, we went from 475 million in one quarter, all the way down to the very end, $60 million in a quarter. So they went from 1.3 billion for the year to tracking 240 million for the year. So their revenue has fallen 90%. And it's not worth it to plug these things in. Yes, they are going to still find some sales with the specialty customer, the one with the water wheel, the one with the solar panels already that says, you know what, I can just plug this, these two computers into my house and they'll make money. So they'll still have people like that, happy with their $4 a month and because they're getting free power. So you'll still have some people out there that can figure out a use for this thing. It's going to zero. They have $7 million left. They don't look like they have any. They have a very small number of assets left. I can't see them buying more computers or continuing with this unless they want to greatly change the company, dilute the shares. I don't know. If they dilute the shares, they can raise about $10 million. But their problem is it costs them, well, no, it's just 1 month. Hold on. It costs them 30 something million dollars a year to keep the doors open. So, yeah, $33 million. So how far can 10 million or 15 million take them if they dilute the share? They could dilute it times 4 or do something like that. Maybe they could raise $40 million, but they can't, they can't make money doing this at these prices. No one will buy one unless they're in that special club. So what you're looking at here is, I guess at best, a very, very tiny niche company selling it to people who want to be a Bitcoin miner and get free power. You might find that crowd out there. I don't know how big that crowd's going to be. It might be the future. Who knows? Maybe we'll all get free power one day. I don't think so. We're going to have to buy the panels, the windmills. It's by the time you're done with the monthly payment, just the interest on that will eat up your $4 that you'll make on each computer. So basically, you need to make Bitcoin recover to save this business. Bitcoin needs to triple within 2 or 3 months. Could they drag it out for another year? Very possibly. They just better not sell any at a loss. And they better not buy any product until they've already sold it. They're going to have to tell people it'll take a month to get it in the mail. It's going to get weird. Can they continue on as a $100 million a year company? Maybe. Maybe that's possible. I don't know how big the I get free electricity market is, or how many people are willing to spend $1,000 on a computer that will earn you $4 a month. There's lots of things that pay better interest than that. So it just seems like a big waste of time. I sense them going to zero and zero quickly. I don't think Bitcoin's ever going back to 60,000. Never belonged there to begin with. But yeah, the free electricity club people might get a kick out of these things still for some reason. There's still, you still got to buy the computer. So I'm sure there's other expenses as well. You just got to get into the business. You'll find out what they are. I don't know what they all are. But yeah, that's just a good example of an industry that is just finished by the mechanics of Bitcoin and the cost of electricity. And any Bitcoin mining you find, company that you find, you can short the heck out of it and probably be really safe. And you can do put options on it to crumble right before an earnings report. You know it's going to be garbage. I mean, look at this thing. What are these people going to do it? $2.75 a share. Are they really going to come out next quarter? Yes, they are. And I'm going to find out when the earnings date is. I'm going to be all over this one. I'm going to go from I'm on the balance sheet. I'm so sorry. They're going to go from $60 million a quarter to like $30 million a quarter. And then they're going to lose even more. That's what's going to happen next quarter. Yeah, maybe Bitcoin went up, to 25,000 this week. That's still not going to make this worth doing in any regard. I see their sales just going right to wherever the seller is of the plug-in people, the free electricity crowd. So I'm guessing half this will just be an absolute train wreck on earnings. I don't know why this is optimistic enough to be at 275 right now. There's only 10 million shares issued, but you can't dilute this very far. You can cut it in half and raise $10 million. Congratulations, you can stay in business for a month. So it's almost meaningless at this point. They have a product that is a negative asset to anyone that buys it. It's toxic. You don't even want to plug it in because it's just a juice drainer. That's all it is. So unless you got a tiny water wheel and want to hook up two of them and earn your $4 a month and somehow pay these computers off, you knock yourself out. But I don't think anyone's willing to do that. So for that reason, to zero, buy puts, buy shorts, do whatever you want. Your only risk is Bitcoin recovering. It's going to need to go all the way to $60,000 to make this worth doing again. That's what it took to get the first time. Looks like they still barely made any money at that price. My best hope for this company is they take all of their inventory, all of their assets, whatever they got left. They got these computers. They got $75 million worth of them. They need to go buy a water wheel somewhere, and they need to come up with some free power. They need to buy their own power grid. They need to buy their own power station. I don't know if it's even worth it for them to do it for $4 each computer per month, because they've thought about it. It's one of the things that, and they're going out of business fire sale that they're having right now, that they've talked about in the boardroom. Can't we just plug these things in? Is there any way? And they're all looking at each other going, no. They understand right where their customers at. They talk to their customers. They know. And they watch the videos online, and they're on YouTube. Lots of Bitcoin mining videos and people discussing the perils and their great ideas and how they get free power. And they talk about how they're going to have 100 computers one day, and you only see like one in the picture. He's only got one. It's usually some guy that lives on a river, and he made a little tiny water wheel and put a car alternator on it, and he's able to keep a computer running. And he probably spent a month building that contraption. He's not figuring the cost of his time, but he's earning $4 a month off that computer at today's Bitcoin prices. Maybe it went up to at 5 because of the increase, but we're still not worth it. And power is just surging. Your power bill's to the roof. You've seen it yourself. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. This is a good one. If you don't think Bitcoin's coming back to 60,000 or coming back to 40,000, it'll definitely not be picking up any sales whatsoever, and just be plummeting right off the face of the earth. So that's where this one's going. I can't believe it's here right now. I think it went up today. It went up like, what was this, 4% in a day. That's because 14% a day. You know why? Because Bitcoin went up. And this thing is tied into ETFs. It's tied into the Bitcoin ETFs. It's tied into Bitcoin mutual funds. People are executing on this stock just when anything good happens with Bitcoin. They're assuming something good happens with this company. Unfortunately, that no, not really. There's like a 2% more incentive to plug one in than there was before, but there's already like a 99% incentive not to. So, yeah, now they're 98 and 2. So, it's not 100 to nothing anymore. They clawed back a little bit this week. Unless Bitcoin doesn't go to 60, this company's done. If it doesn't go to 60, you better go buy some of this stuff if that's what you think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Most people think it's going down a lot further than it is now, obviously. I think it should. It's not backed with anything, and it's not anything what they said it was going to be. They said, oh, it's going to be this unregulated currency that's, not part of the U.S. government, blah, blah, blah. Now they're taxing it. Now they're regulating it. Now they're confiscating it. The FBI can seize it. We've seen everything with Bitcoin, all the stuff that they told us when it started, I guess maybe 5 or 10 years ago. I think it was probably been 10 years ago. But everything that they told us turned out not to be true. Bitcoin is just a Bitcoin, and that's not backed in anything, and it is just as confiscatable and trackable, and yeah. I don't understand the entire blockchain thing. All I know is the FBI continually gets their hands on it, and the IRS continually gets their hands on it, and the bank regulators and Jerome Powell and the rest of them are constantly making up new rules for it. Countries all over the world are, one after the other. Some of them are banning it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see any future for this one. It's not what they said it was. It's just a coin. And the coin right now is worth $27,000. But sadly, it takes $60,000 to make a coin. That's the situation that they set up. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe in the end, the coin is worth the power. I don't know. You got to look at this a lot of different ways. Have a wonderful night. I just wanted to introduce you to a different industry. All of these Bitcoin mining computer companies, just find the one with the highest, most inflated, bloated price. They're all in the same situation. At least you'll know what's going on with their situation, and hopefully you can take advantage of it and beat them up as much as possible and get as much as you can from it. If you're a bear like me, if you're a Bitcoin bull, then these are your opportunities. Getting Bitcoin's going to recover. These things are going to be worth a fortune again one day. But the key word is, do you think Bitcoin's going to recover? I'm a big fat no on that one. And I don't want to bet $2.75 a share that it's going to recover, because I think it's got to be 100 to 1 in my book. But maybe it's better in yours. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. Please like it and subscribe to my channel. We're going to do more updates on more companies coming up shortly. Have a wonderful night.